literally just sipped sugar. Hello my lovely people, welcome back. My name is Vidi for those of you who are new here. As y'all saw in the title, it's going to be a reading vlog. I'm going to be romanticizing my reading experience because I have been in a bit of a reading slump. I have been reading, but it's taking me a while to get into the books that I'm reading. I think I am like creatively feeling a little bit burned out. Please tell me you're not going to go in front of my house. Anyway, point is, I was in a bit of a reading slump and I still kind of continued reading because that's the problem, was that I was in a reading slump. I couldn't get into any of the books I was reading, but I really wanted to read. Like, I really just wanted to read a story and kind of like get sucked into this new world, right? Anyway, we're gonna cut this intro short because I swear they're going to be doing more gardening stuff in front of my house and it's just gonna be really loud. Side note, I added more coffee because the color just did not look right and it looks better now. Okay, let's go. So here are the books, right? I actually did read a book on my Kindle. It's Leave Me Behind by, I forgot the author, so I just put it somewhere up here. That was like a military, dark, bully kind of romance that left me screaming at the end. And I was really upset. I was really upset. Okay, my book I was going to read next was Say You'll Remember Me by Jimenez because I wanted to vlog about it since she's my favorite author. Problem is that because I am in this weird kind of reading slump, times that I've read during this kind of like feeling that I have right now, I don't always enjoy the book 100%, which is why I have been doing a lot of rereads. I'm kind of nervous to pick it up just because I don't know if I'll enjoy it or if it's going to take me out of my book slump. Now, what I could do is read a true and classic, Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score, because I know this book and I know it's going to give me a good feeling, but I don't want to. I'm not feeling this book right now. So then I'm left with these other options. I know Haunting Adeline's out of the question because I just read a dark romance and I don't want to read another one right now. I know Jane Eyre is out of the question because I don't have the brain power to read something like this right now. Classics usually take a little bit more effort for me to read. That leaves me with these three books, right? But then I don't want to read Parable of the Sower because I don't want to be upset. I'm already upset from the last book that I read. I don't want to be more upset. So then I'm down to these two books with Say You'll Remember Me as a possible option. The Empress is a fantasy book. I hope it's a standalone and not a series. I did not even check about that. Yellow Face is what I'm reading for my in-person book club, and I actually do want to read this book. But because again, I'm in this weird reading slump where I can't get into the books I'm reading, I'm nervous that I won't be able to get into it. So it's kind of like the same thing as the Jimenez one. So I'm down to these three books because I already said no to these other ones. I guess, am I in a mood for romance? Am I in a mood for literary / apparently sci-fi, because this was in sci-fi. I don't know how true that is, but I think this is more literary fiction. Or am I in a mood for a fantasy? I don't know, and I have to go to work, so we'll see what I pick up for lunch. Didn't show you all this. I lied. I chose the book. I didn't choose it. My boyfriend chose it for me. I literally just made him pick randomly. Didn't even show him the titles. He didn't even look at the book. And we're gonna read Yellow Face. Okay, Yellow Face. Now for reals, let's go to work. I'm so glad I picked up this book. First of all, I feel inspired to write because I feel like my voice needs to be heard. Second of all, it pisses me off so much because if you don't know the premise of this book, which I didn't really know it coming in, so far what's happened is that we have two writers, one that's super successful from the start of her career. She just went immediately into like publishing her novels and stuff like that right after college, while the other one is not doing so great. Her debut novel did not do very well. The super successful one, Athena, dies. Juniper, the other author, takes her manuscript that no one has seen, no one knows about this manuscript, and publishes it as her own. Oh my god, that breaks my heart, but I can't stop reading. Okay, good morning. We're bringing this down. I am making my morning drink, and I think I already mentioned it, but my friend was getting rid of some cold brew and she brought packs and packs to the studio, so I got a bunch. I'm trying the nitro one. I've never had nitro before, so I'm going to actually try it and see how strong it is. It smells strong. I've been having a hard time sleeping the past 2 nights, and I think it's because of these. That's all I've been drinking. I have not had any other caffeine. The night before this one, I had a hard time going to sleep. I think I slept at like midnight, and that's really late for me. I usually go to sleep around 10-ish, so I did not get enough sleep considering how early I wake up. And then last night, I fell asleep because I was so tired, but I had restless sleep. I think we're gonna need less coffee. We're gonna try this one first because this is supposed to be stronger. Oh, it's so good like that. But it is strong. We're gonna water it down and add some milk. This is too light. This is milk. It's milk. We need more coffee in there. Okay, that's better. Good morning. It is literally really early in the morning. I just came back from a walk and I just really needed to talk about this because I finished it last night. This, I will confidently say, is a 5-star read for me. I don't even know how to like talk about it. You're just in the head of June, who is like the most unreliable narrator, who is constantly kind of victimizing herself, and the whole time you're not rooting for this narrator, right? I don't even want to call her a protagonist. I feel like for me, you do feel at times sorry for her because of a lot of the hate that she does receive, especially with like cancel culture and stuff like that. It's to the extreme where you get like death threats and things like that. And that's kind of like what was going on, is that like eventually people started to see similarities and people were starting to call her out because she was this white woman writing about Chinese labor corps, and it's just like,
why do you have any right to talk about that?
I feel like cancel culture is so extreme, and you could see part of it here. They're just criticizing her looks and stuff like that rather than like her work. Those are the times I felt sorry for her, right? Like times where it really was getting so out of hand, but at the same time I felt so conflicted because I also was just like,
dude, you gotta own up to your mistakes. Admit what you did.
It was so frustrating being in her head because like she was just justifying everything. This might be a spoiler, so skip on over if you don't want to hear about it. But at the end, when she finally does get exposed with actual like proof, I didn't find it satisfying because the person who exposed her, Candace, the editor or the assistant editor, ends up just kind of doing it out of like being able to propel her own career forward, being able to like sign deals and stuff like that. It's so unsatisfying because at the end of the day, everything was just like a commodity, right? Like the publishers just didn't want to get tied with any like legal issues, but they weren't upset because the sales were up. Same goes with the agent, and like it was just a very sad reflection about like the publishing industry. I feel like already the literary world is so difficult to manage, and it was, I don't know, it was just crazy. Anyway, I really fully enjoyed this book. Even as frustrating as it was to be in June's head, I really enjoyed the story. I'm so excited to read The Poppy War now because I loved her writing. I'm glad I picked this up. Pulled me right out of my reading slump. I can't believe we found a 5-star in this reading vlog, and it was my first one. Let's bring you all to my TBR. My stack of books right here. I think I'm gonna read Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I think that's a good, like, different kind of genre. I think it's finally time to read my Abby Jimenez book. Let's take this off. It's pink. We'll pick it up later. Remember when I said I was gonna pick up Say You'll Remember Me? Hold on. Yesterday was kind of busy. I was all over the place and I didn't really get a chance to read, and instead, before going to bed, I picked up a small little cute spicy alien book. If y'all read like Ice Planet Barbarians, I believe it's what it's called. It's similar to that. But this one, stay with me y'all. This one is called Married to the Married to the Alien Cowboy, from the Cowboy Colony Mail Order Pride series. I saw it in this review from, what's her name? Another booktuber, Jency Reads. And when she mentioned it, it reminded me of the Ice Planet Barbarians, and I'm like, why not? Let's check it out. And yesterday, I wanted something simple and easy to consume because I was about to go to bed pretty soon, and I picked that one up, and it was nice. It wasn't like super spicy. In fact, I think they were like just maybe 2 like spice scenes. It was like your typical alien human kind of story, the like romance story and whatnot. And it was good. I finished it. It was really easy to read. Now I do want to read Say You'll Remember Me, but I'm gonna go eat. And after, I'm going to a little get together. I probably won't pick up the actual book till tomorrow. That was just what I was in the mood for. Okay, y'all, it's such a beautiful day today, and I still have not picked up my book. So I'm gonna go walk my dog. I am having dinner later with some friends. I don't know if I'm going to reach for my book today, and it's so sad, but I do have something related to like books. An author reached out to me about a week ago promoting their book to me, and I really do enjoy supporting small authors or like indie authors and stuff like that in general. I really wanted to support this author, and yeah, I'm just like, okay, I'm interested, let me buy the book. I have it here, so let's open up. And here's the book. It's a little novella. It's called Rehab by Kenna Kay. And from my understanding, this is a bit of like a utopia, dystopia kind of world, where it says here, basically trying to get over grief, get over heartbreak. Hold on. Trying to get over grief, over heartbreak. They do this in a more like synthetic way. So rather than you processing your feelings, it seems like it's more of a medical procedure. It seems very interesting. I believe it is, yes, it's YA, ages 15 and up. So very excited to read this. I don't think, if I'm being honest, I'm going to get to it this month. I have picked up my Kindle so many times when I have my other TBR that I have to read. So this is probably going to get pushed for May, but very excited to read this. It definitely seems up my alley. The noise y'all hear in the background is still the gardening, so sorry about the noise and sorry for the lack of update. I have not been reading, as I told you all at the beginning of this video. I do have a bit of a reading slump, and it's just at the beginning. It's a little bit hard for me to get into books, but as you all saw, I finally picked up Say You'll Remember Me by Jimenez. I did read about a chapter or so last night, and I did pick it up for lunch today, as you all saw, but I have not gotten that far because I just haven't had the time to read. I fully took advantage of yesterday's beautiful day, and the rest of the week is going to be gorgeous. So I'm going to try to do some reading outside, but I do know that I'm going to end this video tomorrow. Yeah, I just wanted to give a quick update of where I'm at right now with my reading. Like I said, literally in page 26, right in the middle of a chapter, because I did not have the time to finish this chapter. So let's skip over to another scene of me either reading or doing something random in my life. been a slow start to the book. Not that the book itself is slow, it's literally again me and this weird reading slump I'm having. And you could see that the chemistry between Samantha and Xavier is like pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of like all of the Reese references though. I don't know why. I feel like I would be, but I'm not. So far, Samantha is moving to California, which I just found out in this chapter. I thought she was just visiting, but she's actually moving to California because her mom has dementia and is going to take care of her with the rest of her family. She just went on this amazing date with Xavier, and Xavier just found out that she's moving to California. I had no idea what kind of book this was. I just knew I was going to read it because it's Abby Jimenez. Literally the only reason I am reading it is because it's Abby Jimenez. I don't know what it was supposed to be about. I never read the synopsis. I'm just like,
Yes, I'm ready for another one of her books.
and the hard topics already came out literally within the first few chapters. So I'm just like, oh, this one's gonna hurt. This one's going to hurt me a little because there's a lot of like traumas and issues that both of them have to go through to be in a like functional relationship. And right now we're literally in chapter 9 and she's moving to California and like this much book left.
There's a hawk looking to feed circling above me, and I ask him what I need or